Have you ever noticed your cat suddenly sitting by the door, watching the hallway like something might walk in at any moment? Or maybe they follow you into the bathroom. Not casually, but like it's their assigned shift. And at first, it feels a little ridiculous, because it's a cat. Not exactly the first animal you think of when you hear the word protector. But here's the uncomfortable question most people don't ask. What if your cat is trying to protect you, and you're missing it completely? What if some of the behaviors you've been brushing off as random are actually your cat quietly monitoring, assessing, even stepping in? Now, before we go too far, no, your cat isn't secretly training for a security job, but they are doing something that once you notice it, you can't unsee, and it might completely change how you look at them. Because some of the things cats do to protect you don't look like protection at all. 1. The doorway guarding habit. Let's start with something you've probably seen 100 times. Your cat sitting near the door. Not sleeping, not playing, just watching. At first glance, it looks like boredom. But think about this for a second. In a cat's world, doorways are the most important locations in any territory. They're where things enter and exit, which means if your cat positions themselves there, they're not just hanging out. They're choosing the spot with the highest information value. You might walk past them and think, why are you just sitting there? Meanwhile, your cat is essentially thinking, this is where anything important would happen. And if you've ever noticed them doing this more at night, or when the house is quiet, that's not random timing. That's when their instincts are most active. And this leads to something even more interesting, because sometimes they don't just watch the door, they watch you. 2. The shadowing behavior. You go to the kitchen. They follow. You move to another room. A few minutes later, there they are again. Not asking for food, not demanding attention, just present. It feels subtle enough that most people ignore it. But here's the part most people miss. Cats don't waste energy without a reason. So when your cat consistently keeps themselves within range of you, that's not coincidence. It's monitoring. Now, that doesn't mean they think you're incapable of surviving without them. But from their perspective, you're part of their environment and their responsibility. Especially in quieter moments, late at night, early morning, you might notice this behavior increase. They're not following you around. They're maintaining proximity to something they consider important. Which raises an interesting question. What happens when something changes in that environment? 3. Sudden alertness before you notice anything. Have you ever seen your cat suddenly freeze? Stare at something, ears forward, body tense, and you're sitting there thinking, what do you see that I don't? That moment? That's one of the clearest examples of your cat going into alert mode. Cats are extremely sensitive to subtle changes. Sounds you can't hear yet. Movement outside your field of view. Even vibrations in the environment. So when your cat locks onto something before you notice it, they're not being dramatic. They're processing information faster than you can. And here's where it gets interesting. Sometimes they'll position themselves between you and whatever they're watching. Not aggressively, not dramatically, just slightly in front. Almost like a quiet, let me handle this part. Now, are they planning to fight off an intruder? Probably not. But they are doing what their instincts tell them. Observe, position, prepare. And this ties directly into something a little more physical. 4. The blocking move. This one is easy to miss. You're walking somewhere, and your cat steps in front of you, sits down, refuses to move. At best, it feels like an inconvenience. At worst, a small act of betrayal when you're carrying coffee. But here's another way to look at it. Cats use body positioning as communication. So when your cat places themselves directly in your path, especially in specific areas like doorways or stairs, they may be interrupting your movement on purpose, not to annoy you, but to pause you. Because from their perspective, something about that moment, that direction, that timing, doesn't feel quite right. Now, does that mean your cat is predicting danger? Not exactly, but they are responding to subtle environmental cues you may not even register. And sometimes that results in behaviors that feel oddly intentional. And speaking of intentional, this next one tends to surprise people the most. 5. Sleeping near you, strategic positioning. Let's talk about where your cat chooses to sleep, because it's not random. If your cat sleeps near your feet, by your head, or just outside your bedroom door, that positioning says something. Cats choose sleep locations based on 2 things: security, awareness. So when your cat sleeps close to you, they're placing themselves in a position where they can both rest and stay aware of what's happening around you. Think of it like this. They're not guarding you the way a dog might. They're placing themselves where they can respond if needed. It's passive, but intentional. And if you've ever woken up to find your cat already awake, watching the room, yeah, they weren't just sleeping the whole time. 6. The night patrol. While you're asleep, your cat is not always fully offline. You might hear them moving. Soft footsteps, a jump onto a surface, a quiet pause in the hallway. It's easy to assume they're just restless. But here's another perspective. Cats are naturally more active at night, and during that time, they often move through their environment, checking familiar locations. Doors, windows, hallways. It's not anxiety, it's maintenance. They're updating their mental map of the space. And if you're part of that space, then yes, indirectly, they're checking on you too. Not in a dramatic guardian way, but in a quiet, this is my territory, and everything in it matters kind of way. And if you've made it this far and realized your cat might be running a low-budget security operation without your permission, congratulations, you've officially been promoted to Thing Worth Watching. Go hit that like and subscribe. Your cat insisted I tell you that. So remember that moment at the beginning. Your cat sitting by the door, watching, waiting, quietly observing. At the time, it probably looked like nothing. Just a cat, being a cat. No big meaning, no hidden layer. Just another one of those little things you don't think twice about. But now, you see it a little differently. Because what looked like stillness was actually awareness. What looked like boredom was attention. And what felt random wasn't random at all. Because protection in a cat's world doesn't look like barking, or chasing, or making a scene. It looks like positioning, awareness, consistency. Small choices, repeated over time. It's quiet, subtle, easy to miss if you're not looking for it. They're not trying to be heroes. They're not announcing anything. They're just doing what their instincts tell them to do. Maintain the environment. Track changes. Notice what's different. Stay ready, just in case. And somewhere along the way, without you even realizing it, you became part of that environment. Something worth keeping track of. Something worth staying near. Something worth watching over in their own quiet way. And when you put it like that cat sitting by the door, that little shadow following you from room to room, it's not just habit, it's not just coincidence, it's inclusion. And somehow, you ended up on that list, which, if we're being honest, is a pretty good place to be. All right, I should probably go check why my cat just stationed himself by the door, like he's expecting something to show up. I'm not entirely sure I want to know what he thinks he's guarding against. FurEver.